power set do you think is the most powerful? Welcome back, Nerd Squad. It's me, Amanda. It's time again to count down some more powerful X-Men members, but what makes a character powerful? Is it their power level, beta, alpha, omega, or beyond? Is it their power set, or is it something else? Let's find out together. Number 10, Darwin. Darwin is one of the newest characters on this list, first appearing as retconned X-Men member in 2005's X-Men Deadly Genesis. He is Armando Munoz, who was sent to the island of Krakoa to rescue the original X-Men team alongside Vulcan, who was on our part 1 for this list, fun fact. Following the ultimate failure of that mission, Darwin was launched into space alongside Vulcan, and during M-Day ended up absorbing the energy expelled from mutants when they all lost their powers, boosting his own adaptive, evolutionary-based mutant powers. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving what we do here at Top 10 Nerd, please go check out our newest channel, Most Amazing Top 10 Anime. Who knows, maybe at some point I'll be on that channel for a second. You'll have to go subscribe to find out. Number 9, Kid Gladiator. Kid Gladiator is the son of Gladiator, aka Kalark, former Magister of the Shi'ar Empire. In fact, during his time with the X-Men, his father was the Magister, the ruler of the entire Shi'ar Empire. Like his father before him, he is extremely powerful, and confidence and belief in himself has also been tied to his power levels, boosting him when he is at his most confident. Number 8, Rogue. Rogue is one of my all-time favorite X-Men, being one of the members I most gravitated towards as a kid when watching the 90s X-Men animated series. Well, Rogue and Jubilee I would say are my top faves from that series. Her powers are super cool, and over the years, as she's come into her own and learned more about herself, have also only become cooler over time. Rogue can, in essence, absorb the power and life force energy of those she touches, as well as their memories. Unfortunately for Rogue, this meant that for most of her life, she felt very alone, unable to touch anyone since basically puberty without fear of, hurting them, leaving them comatose, or worst of all, killing them. However, in recent years, Rogue has learned how to better master and control her powers, able to harness the powers of her fellow mutants without harming them, as we saw her do with a kiss on Jean's cheek during the current X-Men series during a cosmic casino heist. And she can also touch people without harming them at all, as we've seen with her and her husband, Gambit. Number 7, Genesis, or Evan Sabanur. Usually when we think of X-Men, we do not think of Apocalypse. Well, we maybe think of Apocalypse, but only in regards to him being one of the main villains of the team, not one of their most powerful and intimidating members and assets. However, Apocalypse isn't the only Apocalypse out there. Evan Sabanur is actually the clone of Apocalypse, who would take for himself the name of Genesis. And in fact, we later learn he isn't even the only Genesis either, with Apocalypse's wife also being known by that name, it turns out. Also, there's like another Genesis, there's a few Genesis. Genesis might not be as powerful yet as someone like Apocalypse, but it's possible that he actually has the potential to be even stronger than the original as time goes on. He also happens to be a bona fide hero, for the most part, minus when he had his alignment swapped in Axis. But other than that, he pretty much sticks to heroics and even ends up joining the X-Men. Number 6, Multiple Man. Multiple Man is such an amazingly powerful character. He is Jamie Madrox, and his mutant power is that he can create duplicates, nicknamed dupes, of himself to an almost unlimited extent. Initially in the comics, he tapped out at creating 40 dupes at a time, but now we've seen him create a whole laboratory staffing of dupes and more. His duplicates can go out in the world and live, and when he absorbs them back, ideally before they die, he absorbs everything they have known and learned, all their memories, experiences, skills, and knowledge. Of course, he does have to do that before they die. But because of this, Jamie is extremely skilled and is also a PhD multiple times over at this point. He's also done like an insane amount of jobs. He's like Barbie. He's done all the jobs that have ever existed pretty much at this point. Number 5, Juggernaut. Juggernaut is a non-mutant and former X-Men villain, at least currently in the comics, but that hasn't stopped him from joining the team. Juggernaut is also amazingly strong, being imbued with the power from the Gem of Sidorak, which he acts as an avatar and servant for, serving Sidorak's will. Sidorak, however, no longer holds any power over Juggernaut. Recently, Juggy basically left Sidorak's service to strike out on his own, but still was able to keep his his power through remnants of Cyttorak's presence. Using materials Cyttorak left on Earth, Juggernaut was able to construct new armor for himself and harness Cyttorak's power through this, without being beholden to the demon god and his whims. Number 4. Sync. Sync is definitely having a big glow up moment right now in the comics, especially in regards to his power levels. And also, he literally glows. He glows rainbows. It's pretty cute. But also, in regards to some valuable character development, he's also seeing a huge glow up as well. Sync is Everett Thomas, a relatively newer character that was created back in 1994, making his first appearance in the 90s X-Men comic series in issue number 36. He tragically died during his time at Emma Frost's mutant school program at the Massachusetts Academy, sacrificing himself in order to help save other students during an attack on the school. However, Sync was recently brought back, resurrected, to be part of a team to venture into the vault to learn more about the children of tomorrow, joined by mutants Laura Kinney, aka Wolverine, and Armando Munoz, aka Darwin. He recently joined the main X-Men team as well, and after his time in the vault, being the only one to escape with his knowledge of what happened within intact, he also seems to have leveled up his powers, being able to remain synced with other mutants even when not in their vicinity. So if you've heard other people talking him up lately, that's why. And you should probably read along and join them in that hype train. Toot toot. Number 3. Spider-Man. Did you know that Spider-Man was an X-Men? Yeah, he was. Even though he's not really a mutant, but a mutate. But hey, don't let that limit you. You can still be an X-Men, even if you're not a mutant. There's still hope for me. Kinda makes me feel bad for Deadpool though, who always wants to join in on the mutant fun and games and camaraderie, but is so often shafted by them because, well, he's Wade and he's kinda annoying. But of course, us readers all love him anyway. In fact, I think I love him more because he's annoying, but I digress. This is Peter's point, not Wade's point. Spider-Man ended up joining the X-Men in the wake of Wolverine's death, as Storm had found papers regarding to an idea to have Spider-Man join the team and teach his own special class of mutants. As such, he joins the X-Men in Spider-Man and the X-Men issue number 1. Number 2. Iceman. Bobby Drake is deserving of so much respect and praise when it comes to X-Men, and he's come a long way in terms of his character and power evolution throughout the years as a team member. Robert Drake is actually one of the original X-Men team members, becoming notorious for being the kid of the team, the youngest member on that original roster, who is also prone to pull pranks and get into all kinds of antics. In terms of his power set, Bobby has gone from being kind of a snowman in little black booties who loved eating ice cream and throwing snowballs and making ice walls, to an elemental mutant who can control not just snow, but ice and water. He can make ice golems which appear to even be somewhat sentient and living beings. He can shapeshift to become massive, travel in and through water as water himself, and has even been shown to be powerful enough, Omega level mutant that he is, to freeze hell over. Or at least, you know, a version of hell. Number 1. Ascani / Rachel Summers. Rachel Summers is definitely one of the most powerful mutants and X-Men members out there. Of course, she might not be the most powerful. After all, I did create a list of powerful X-Men members prior to this, so if you're thirsting for more powerful members of the X-Men after this video, you should definitely check out our part 1 as well to find out who took my real tippity top spot. But still, Rachel is deserving of a top spot for sure. She is the alternate reality daughter of Cyclops and Jean Grey, who are known to make powerful children together across the multiverse. Hence also why Sinister is so obsessed with the two of them getting together. Rachel is one of the chosen hosts of the Phoenix Force, and even without the Phoenix is extremely powerful, being an immensely powerful telepath, telekinetic, and chronokinetic. She can read time, skip through it, travel to alternate timelines and dimensions, and even manipulate time. She also happens to be immune to timeline alterations as well, and is unique in that she is the only version of herself throughout the multiverse. Even another Rachel Summers, should she meet one, would not be an alternate of her. She has no other versions of herself, which makes her uniquely well suited to time travel. Because, you know, then she's not gonna like mess stuff up. So many amazing, powerful mutants, so little time. That's all for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed our list and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay nerdy, YouTube.